Aiper Scuba X1 Pro review. I've been using the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro for several weeks now, and it's been a disappointing experience. This is Aiper's mid-tier robot, positioned between the basic X1 and their flagship Pro Max. At around $1,200, it promises to bring smart features and reliable cleaning to cordless robotic spaces. Unfortunately, the reality doesn't match the marketing. The design is undeniably sleek, clean lines, modern aesthetics, and the kind of product that looks like it should make pool ownership effortless. But as I quickly discovered, looking good and actually performing are two very different things. First impression. When I first unboxed the X1 Pro, I'll admit, it made a solid first impression. The matte finish with blue accents looks professional, and the specs sound compelling. Dual 6,500 GPH motors, 30 sensors, and Aiper claims up to 180 minutes of battery life. On paper, it looks great. But here's where things get tricky. That up to only applies if you're running it in the most basic cleaning mode. The claim is correct for floor cleaning, but wall cleaning and horizontal waterline modes reduces that. We found that it cleaned for significantly less time in max mode. If you want thorough cleaning, which is presumably why you're buying this thing, you're looking at closer to 2 hours, not 3. The price is another sticking point. At $1,299 for the robot alone, or $1,699 with the Aiper Pro module, you're getting into territory where corded alternatives like the Dolphin Sigma, Dolphin Quantum, or Dolphin Premier start looking really attractive. These are commercial grade robots that never need recharging, have proven commercial grade motors, and deliver constant performance day after day, and even allow you to schedule the robot automatically, turn on and clean. Battery life, daily frustration. Let me be blunt about this. The battery life is frustrating. I found myself constantly checking charge levels and timing cleaning cycles. Every time I wanted to use it, it needed to be charged. The 3-hour cycle in eco mode sounds reasonable until you realize you give up a ton of performance. If you got leaves, debris, or any significant buildup, it isn't enough for a complete job. And then you're stuck waiting 3 to 4 hours for a full recharge. Compare this to something like the Dolphin Sigma, which runs on corded power for its 3-hour cleaning cycle without any battery anxiety. No recharging, just pure performance. The Sigma's 3 commercial grade motors delivers constant power throughout the entire cycle, while the X1 Pro's performance gradually declines as the battery drains. The Dolphin Quantum offers similar reliability. It uses smart navigation to map your pool and covers every inch without wasting time or energy. I noticed that even after a single pass, the pool already looked significantly cleaner. No recharging, no headaches. The recharging reality, more work than convenience. Here's what actually owning this thing looks like day to day. If you want a consistently clean pool, you're looking at charging this thing every day. That means pulling this heavy unit out of the water, waiting 3 to 4 hours while it charges, then hauling it back to the pool. That's 14 separate interactions with this thing every week, just to keep your pool clean. Once to take it out of the pool to charge, and once to throw it back in. Sometimes you'll walk out to find it sitting on the pool floor, battery completely dead with only half the job done. Meanwhile, a corded robot would already be quietly working through its second hour of uninterrupted cleaning. Cordless sounds appealing on paper, but in practice, it means regular babysitting. Honestly, give me a cord and a timer any day over this charging routine. Suction, underwhelming performance. Aiper claims the Scuba X1 Pro moves 6,600 gallons per hour, which sounds impressive until you actually measure what matters. Suction strength at the intake. So we did. We hooked it up to a manometer, the same tool we use on every robot we test, and the results were underwhelming, to say the least. The Scuba X1 Pro clocked in at just 1 PSI, a number that just puts it near the bottom of the pile for robots we've tested. For context, the Dolphin Premier pulled 2.2 PSI in the exact same test environment. That's more than double the pressure and massive performance gap. We run these tests because gallons per hour is a misleading spec. It's like measuring a vacuum cleaner by how much air it moves, rather than how well it actually vacuums. Suction pressure tells the real story. And in that story, the Scuba X1 Pro falls flat. During testing, it constantly nudged leaves around instead of capturing them. Larger debris would swirl, just outside the intake without getting pulled in. Even worse, fine sediment and day-old dirt stayed right there where it was. We ran multiple cleaning cycles just to confirm it wasn't a fluke. Same result every single time. It's frustrating because the robot looks the part. It's sleek, modern, and well built. But when you have to put it to work, it lacks the suction power to actually clean. That's a deal breaker for a cleaner in this price range. If the suction can't keep up with your pool, it doesn't matter how smart the navigation is or how nice the app looks. Filtration, basic at best. Aiper markets their ultra-fine filter, but what you actually get is a piece of fabric that wraps around an interior filter box. It's functional for basic debris, but is nowhere near the advanced filtration you find on premium robots. The real limitation becomes apparent when you compare it to something like the Dolphin Premier's multimedia system. Multimedia is a Dolphin Premier exclusive feature. Premier includes fine nano filters and a leaf bag. In addition, you can get disposable filter bags, so you can just toss them in the trash when you're done. That's 4 different filter options to handle any cleaning scenario. The Dolphin Quantum includes nano filters for crystal clear water, while the Dolphin Sigma comes with the filter and nano filter cartridge sets. These filters capture more than the standard filters on other robotic pool cleaners and are found only on the most powerful robots in the Dolphin's product range. If you ever use nano filters, you know the difference they make. The X1 Pro's mesh bag just can't compete with the level of filtration precision. Wait, X1 Pro is no featherweight either. Don't let the mid-tier label fool you. The Aiper Scuba X1 Pro is still a beast to lift. And like a corded cleaner that you can just tug with a handle, you got to go fish this thing out with Aiper's flimsy plastic hook on a pool pole. And let me tell you, it's awkward. The robot floats up like a dead weight with a couple gallons of water still sloshing inside. You're stuck trying to balance it mid-air while you awkwardly angle your pool pole over the deep end. You actually hear the pole cracking and the cheap plastic hook cracking under pressure. You're not sure if you're pulling out a pool cleaner or about to snap your equipment in half. Even if you land it without breaking anything, it still takes effort. You basically have to hug it to your chest, soaking wet, just to get it onto the deck without dropping it. Compare that to something like the Dolphin Premier, which weighs around 20 pounds, drains quickly, and can be pulled out with a cord in seconds. It's smooth, easy, and stress-free. The X1 Pro, it turns a simple task of cleaning your pool into a risky juggling act. It's heavy, awkward, and honestly a kind of pain, especially when you're doing this every single day, just to keep your battery charged. Connectivity, the $500 paywall. Here's where things get really frustrating. This is supposed to be a smart robot, but the moment it goes underwater, you lose Wi-Fi connection completely. The physical buttons on the top feel cheap and often don't register, requiring multiple presses just to change cleaning modes. Aiper solution, the integration of HydroCalm Pro, priced at $500, takes the cordless experience to the next level. This innovative technology facilitates underwater communication, enabling real-time motoring of the robot's performance and water quality through the Aiper's app. So you're looking at nearly $1,700 total for features that come standard on premium corded robots. The Dolphin Sigma includes Wi-Fi connectivity and the My Dolphin Plus app right out of the box, with advanced scheduling options, remote control features, and performance tracking. As I prefer the performance of the Sigma to the X1 Pro, value proposition, where it falls short. For $1,299, you're getting frequent charging hassles, mediocre suction, basic filtration, and an extra $500 paywall for connectivity features. That's paying premium price for mid-tier performance, plus ongoing frustration. Compare that to alternatives. The Dolphin Premier cost includes multimedia filtration, commercial-grade motors, and a 3-year warranty. The Dolphin Sigma offers commercial-grade power, advanced app connectivity, and gyroscopic navigation. The Dolphin Quantum delivers impressive cleaning power at a friendlier price point with its massive XXL max spin. Why corded still wins? After weeks of testing, I keep coming back to reliability. Corded robots just work better. And here's why: Dolphin Premier, the gold standard for set it and forget it cleaning. If you're looking for a robot that just works, no babysitting, no drama. The Dolphin Premier is hard to beat. US Today named it the best robotic pool cleaner, and honestly, I get it. After living with it, the hype checks out. One of the standout features? The 4 interchangeable filter options, which Dolphin calls multimedia. You can swap them based on what your pool's dealing with. Pollen in the spring, leaves in the fall, or even the leaf bags for those really heavy cleanups. Inside, you've got commercial grade motors, so suction power stays strong every single cleaning cycle. The weekly timer is a game changer too. Just program it, drop it in on Monday, and forget about it until Friday. No charging, no Wi-Fi models, or $500 add-ons, just a reliable robot with a 3-year warranty and a swivel cord that doesn't tangle. And let's talk filtration. Premier's nano filters are next level. They catch everything: pollen, sunscreen gunk, fine silts, stuff your eyes can't even see. One cycle and your pool water looks cleaner and it feels noticeably smoother. It's like having a built-in water polisher that also cuts down on clarifiers and filter maintenance. A huge win. Dolphin Sigma, a powerhouse for tech fans. Sigma is what happens when Maytronics takes its top-tier commercial grade tech and shrinks it down for your backyard. This thing has 3 independent motors pushing over 75 gallons a minute, which translates to insane scrubbing and climbing power, even on slick tile or steep inclines. It doesn't wander aimlessly either. A built-in gyroscope keeps its path clean and organized, so you get those nice, satisfying parallel lines across your pool floor. In my test, it handled my 40-footer in just under 3 hours, waterline included, and then shut itself off automatically. The real magic though is in the app. With the My Dolphin Plus, you can start a cleaning cycle from literally anywhere. Get firmware updates like a Tesla for your pool and track filter reminders. And since it's corded, none of that connectivity drops out when it hits the water. Add in a solid 3-year warranty and Sigma feels less like a flashy gadget and more like a second home appliance. Dolphin Quantum, best bang for the buck. If the Premier is your luxury sedan and the Sigma is your high performance sports car, then the Quantum is the ultimate crossover. It's versatile, practical, and packed with smart features. What really makes it stand out is the massive XXL max bin basket with nano filters. It's the largest filter in the Dolphin lineup, which means you won't be emptying it every other day. And yes, that polished crystal clear water that nano filters are known for. Plus, it scrubs like a champ with dual hyper brush rollers that spin twice as fast as standard ones. For most pool owners, the best part is the price. Quantum comes in a few $100s less than Sigma, but still includes essentials like tangle-free swivel cord, a waterline mode, and built-in weekly timer. No batteries, no charging, no drama. And with a 2-year warranty and no restocking fee at most dealers, it's low-risk upgrade from older suction side models. Bottom line, Quantum gives you 90% of the high-end performance at a much friendlier price. Final thoughts. I really wanted to like the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro, a mid-range cordless pool robot that doesn't break the bank. That's a tempting idea, but after using it for a while, it just doesn't hold up. Yeah, it looks good, but the performance isn't there. Cleaning is hit or miss, and all the little issues like short runtime, weak suction, and the need for pricey add-ons just start to pile up fast. It all ends up feeling more like a compromise than a smart buy. Until cordless tech can match the runtime, power, and reliability of corded models, I'm stuck with something proven. The Dolphin Premier, Sigma, and Quantum are the go-to choices. They just work. No recharging, no poor suction power, just a clean pool every time. Skip the frustration and get a robot that actually does the job. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.